Hello everybody, welcome to Crafty Soup. My name is Misty. It is time for our first challenge of the month over at the Counterfeit Kit challenge, and this time our task is to scrapbook about ourselves, and specifically about hobbies we enjoy other than scrapbooking. So that's the topic for today. Let's dive in. Alright, so I took these photos specifically for doing this layout, and I am a gardener besides being a scrapbooker, or at least I try, because my yard gets to looking like this sometimes, where it's just a jungle of weeds. So I took these before and after pictures of me tackling all those weeds and unburying the things that were supposed to be prominent in my yard. I pulled out just a few supplies from my counterfeit kit. I feel like I don't have a lot going on in my kit this month, so I'm trying to keep things simple with my layouts this time around. Now, as I was looking through these papers, I really decided that this circle print was the way to go, because the other papers with their grids and their straight lines felt more rigid to me, and that is not how this story is. This story is about chaos and mess, and then bringing it under control. So the other two papers felt like they were more about control from the beginning, and I wanted a little bit more chaos in there, so I chose that circle print. I am going to mount my photos on black. I'm going to fussy cut a bunch of butterflies for my embellishing. I did print out these pieces, which are going to be the basis of my title, and then I will add some alphabet stickers to finish off the title. So I've got two parts going on with my title. So I am back with those photos matted with a very thin border of black, and then my title says, in order to get this, I'm starting with the after picture, and then the second part of my title says, you need to tackle this. So I've kind of reversed the before and after, and I did the after first. So I am just finishing up with clipping these fishtail banners onto my title pieces, and then we can move on to the next step. All right, that's the last piece there glued in place, and now I want to make sure I leave room for my journaling before I move on. This, as you notice, is a pretty straightforward and simple layout. It's really focusing on the technique with the title. I did only put one block of journaling lines there, but I know that I'm going to probably want more room, so I am going to leave the space next to that open just in case, and as per my usual, I will go in and need that. In the meantime, I have fussy cut all of these butterflies from I believe that was the Simple Stories, or was it the back of a 49 Market paper? I can't quite remember now. Probably 49 Market, because they put stuff on the back of their cover sheets a lot. I've got all of these butterflies fussy cut out, and I'm just going to kind of color block them with the circles in the background, and I have a couple that I don't quite know what I'm going to do with. So I start writing my journaling, and then sure enough, as I get partway into my journaling, I know I'm going to need more space. And then I've already got that butterfly in place, so it's kind of in the way. So I'm just going to mask off a section and then move my journaling stamps upwards and kind of try to align them with the block next door so that the lines look like they keep going across. But that prevents me from trying to remove that butterfly to get my stamp to fit in that spot. And I'm going to find homes for the couple extra butterflies that I had left aside in the beginning. And that will finish off that part of it. It turns out that I thought I was going to be done with the layout at this point, and I started to clean up and put things away, and I realized I had some other embellishments in my kit that I kind of forgot about because I don't use them that often, and that is these rub-ons. And so I'm going to pull them out and put them to use. It's been years since I've really used rub-ons. I have done a few things with them here and there recently, but not to any extent, and so they're not on the front of my mind very much. So I'm trying to get more in the habit of thinking about these elements when I am working. So I'm trying to cut these down as best I can to fit in the spaces that I had. Had I planned this from the beginning, I would have, put those on first and then done the butterflies after that. But here we go. I am going to make use of these anyway and try to see how I'm feeling about the re-emergence of the popularity of rub-ons. And I like the idea of them for sure, but I have to see if I can work them into my workflow. Now, this is rub-ons going on top of, a Vicky Boutin mixed media page, and so I'm trying to decide if they're showing up enough, if there's too much distraction going on in the background, especially with this piece of pattern paper, or if they add just one more layer. And I think I'm liking them. So this is kind of my trial run so far with these rub-ons. I am going to put just a couple smaller pieces here and there, but I'm not going to show the whole process. And here we are back with the rub-on portion done, and I just did tuck a couple of those in here and there and called that good, just to warm up to the idea of these. And that actually finishes off the layout. So with a couple of still photos coming at you, I say thank you so much for watching. I will be back next week with more videos. I am slowing down just a little bit for the summertime as I'm working hard in my garden and also working on massive decluttering projects. We've been in our house for 20 years and haven't done a huge declutter. We've done cleanups here and there, but it's time for a big one. So that will be keeping me busy. So until I can get back down to my crafty space and bring you some more videos, I hope you have some artful days.